Hello everyone, welcome to the data analysis with Python training program. Today we are going to start our module 4 Matplotlib. In this lecture we are going to study how to use Matplotlib. So let's explore all these things with the help of Jupyter without any delay. This lecture is also going to be too long because I am going to cover all the things of Matplotlib in a single lecture so that you get all the concepts at one place. Today we are going to study the most interesting thing, that one is Matplotlib. This one is a library which actually gives the power of visualization, because if you are a data analyst, then you have to show or submit your data after analysis to your boss or the higher authority, and let's assume they don't have knowledge of mathematics as much as Python have. All right, so understanding all the data will be quite difficult for them, and for you also, you will also be not be able to make them understand on each and every data. But if you are plotting all those data by visualization, then you will be able to make them understand clear, because pictures makes clear understanding. So let's learn all the concepts of Matplotlib so that you can visualize all your data analysis with the help of figures, graphs and other plots. Alright, so Matplot is the library which gives the power to Python for plotting graphs. This one is the most popular Python packages used for visualization. So always remember, Matplotlib is the most popular Python package used for data visualization. It is actually a cross-platform library for making 2D graphs or 2D plots with the help of arrays. Alright, so Matplot is written in Python and makes use of NumPy, because NumPy is all about array. So it uses NumPy for the plotting graphs, the numerical mathematics extension of Python. That one is NumPy actually, and it actually provides the object-oriented APIs to integrate all those things within website also, or in mobile applications also. So you can use all these things in mobile application also. I have already shown you how to install Matplotlib in the previous lecture. So we have the Matplotlib in our system. So not waste time and just start with the Matplotlib. All right. So first of all, we are going to learn in this lecture, and what are those things. That one is, first one is bar graph, and then we will be moving for a histogram. I have already shown these two examples tomorrow, means yesterday already. Then we will also move for plot, means something line graph or something like that. Then we will also be seeing a plot over scatter plot. Scatter plot is generally a graph represented with different dots in a particular region. So we will learn about all these plots mainly. These are the important plots which is majorly used in data analysis, and we will be covering all other plots if we require all of those things in the upcoming lectures. So let's start without any delay. So in this thing, there are so many functions for axis, and those functions are, the first one is axis. This function actually add axis to the figures. If you want your particular axis, means your own defined axis, like in the case of coronavirus, you might have seen this website or not, I don't know. So just type corona update in India and you will be transferred to Google search page. There is, and go to this website mosfw.gov.in. Here you will got a link in the site graphics. So go to the graphics and you can see that here is the some data analysis part. You can assume that how much data analysis is important. if you have given a table to understand all this data, you might be in trouble to understand all these things. But with the help of graph, you can easily understand these things. So here see, in this graph, there are some axes defined. In x-axis, they has defined the date, and in y-axis the numbers. All right. So in this way, we need the particular axis. So for that, axis function gives you the power to add your own axis. Then other thing is text function. This will allow you to add text to the axis. Means you can add text to the axis if you want to put some text in the axis. All right. Then comes to the thing that one is so much important. That one is title. If you are making any graph or any plotting any plots, and if you are missing the title, then it might be trouble for the user to understand the data what is all about. If you are providing a title, then it will be a clear picture for them that this one is a graph or plot of this particular thing. So title is so much important. Now comes to the point, x label. X label is nothing but it actually gives you the power to write the x-axis definition. Like if you have plotted graph in the higher studies, means in 10th or 12th, then you have plotted the graph and put it x-axis. Means if you are plotting date along x-axis, then you must have mentioned date. If you are plotting something like marks scored in y-axis, so you must have to put there marks scored so that anyone can understand between what two data this graph is being plotted or something like that. So for that, we use x label for x-axis and y label for y-axis. Both the things are similar. All right. And with the help of x limit, we can set the limit of x, means up to how much it will be greater or equal, means up to how much x axis will be expanding or displaying, and y limit will do the same thing. And now comes to the x ticks. It actually get or set the x limit of the current tick locations and labels, and in the same manner y ticks boxes same. Now you can also scale the x-axis and y-axis, means as you have done in the graph by scaling that one particular dimension is representing how much data. Like you are plotting a graph for a huge data, means then you cannot take the data like 1 2 3 4 5 6 consecutive up to 1 crore. You have to plot a graph in on y-axis 1 to 1 crore, between 1 to 1 crore data. Then you cannot plot 1 then 1 2 then 3. In this manner the graph will be so much long, you cannot even imagine how much long it will be. So for that we need a scaling thing. So x scale and y scale is used for scaling all those things. All right. So these are all about the axis function. Now comes to the figure functions. So figure functions actually gives you the power to make transformation to the figures. All right. So I'm considering figure functions first. Then we will be moving towards the all the things. So actually, figure at fig text. There is a function called fig text. Fig text. It actually gives you the power to add text to the figure as its name suggests. And now the another function is that one is figure. It actually creates a new figure, and so will display the figure, and save fig will save your figure to your system. So save fig is the command for saving that file, and close is closing the figure window. Now start with a simple plot. So I have already shown you how to plot a sine wave, and now I am going to show you today. We are going to start with plotting a graph of a quadratic equation. All right. So how to plot a graph of quadratic equation? We have already seen in the previous lecture about the plotting a graph of normal 1-degree equation. All right, linear equation, and now we are going to plot for the quadratic equation. So for that we need first NumPy. So from NumPy import a star, it will import the whole NumPy library, and you can also use import NumPy directly. All right. So these are the commands which you can use for importing NumPy. You can see that the star of the here has been converted to number, means NumPy is already being imported. Now import from PyLab. We are going to import all the things. PyLab means we can also import the matplotlib and then use PyLab. So we need only PyLab for the plotting this graph. So we are only asking for that thing, and matplotlib.pyplot is used for object oriented interface. So for this we need only PyLab. So I am asking for that only. All right. Now create a x-axis. All right. So I am going to create x is equal to linspace. We have, I hope you are similar with linspace because I have already shown linspace function in NumPy. So I am going to plot between -3 to 3. All right. I am going to plot the graphs between. I am putting x-axis as -3 to 3. All right. And I need also the thing, that one is 30 difference equal, so that we can plot the numbers. All right. And in y I need x square 2 plus 3. All right. So this one is a quadratic equation. You can also put it at 3x plus 3. All right. Now plot x comma y. This will be plotting the graph for u, and in the last put so that it can display your figure. I have mistaken here. I have mistaken the asterisk symbol. So this one is going to be the graph of the between -3 to 3. If I am going to take it from -10, then you might see like this, and from -10 to 10, then you will be seeing the graph like this. Means we need more positive axis, means negative axis. So from -20 to 20, we can plot graph like this. It's not completed, so change the value so that it looks good. Until not, I'm not satisfied with the graph. Still not satisfied. -50 to 40, and I need 50 plots now. Not satisfied. Yeah, it's quite good. All right, but till now not satisfied, but it's okay. So this one is the graph for the quadratic equation. All right. So in this way you can plot the graph for quadratic equation. And now I am going to show you how to change the line to different symbol. Just you have to use by comma separation, just change the pattern which you want to use. Like I want a plus symbol at the place of line, so I'm putting plus symbol here. So it will change the graphs in the form of plus symbol. All right. We can also change the color by using color is equal to, and just pass the first letter of the color. Like I am passing R, then it will be changes to red. If I will pass B, then it will changes to blue. If I am going to pass Y, it will be changes to yellow. If I am going to pass G, then I'll be going to get in green color. All right. So in this way, you can also change the color, and you can plot with the help of a star asterisk also. You can plot with the help of this one also. You can also plot by with the help of underscore also. You can also plot it with the help of slash also. Sorry, you cannot use slash because this one is not supported. You can plot with the help of this also. All right. So this is all about the changes in the graph. I've already shown you the sine graph and cos graph. Now mix up. I'm going to show you a pattern which will be looking so good. So let's create an pattern with the help of sine and cos, so that you can put it on your WhatsApp status, Instagram status, wherever you want, Instagram stories, sorry. So from PyLab, import star. If you have imported already, then no problem. If you are not imported, just try to use importing all those things. Now I'm going to show you plot x comma sin x. All right, I'm going to plot x comma sin x and plot use x comma cos x. We have already taken the value in the previous one x, that's why I'm not defining here. So cos x, and I want cos x in red color as well as in a particular red color and in line format, so I have passed the line. All right, now I want a plot x comma minus sin x, minus of sin x, and then I want the color of this in green. You can change also as per your preference. All right, now I also want to plot x comma minus cos x. You might have seen this type of graphs, but you have not created by your own self. So let's create today. So I am passing by and I want it in form of double dash. All right, now just write so, and you will be getting a figure like this. Because we have used a lot of data from minus 30 to 20, so just create here for x value, because it's showing quite good. I'm liking this picture, but I don't know you are liking or not. So I'm giving you a clear visualization. So just use x is equal to linear space and make it to minus 3 to 3, between minus 3 to 3, and take just total 30 values. So see, it's look quite good. You have created a DNA like a structures. So this is the power of Matplotlib. You can visualize any data as per your preference. All right. So I think this one is good, not so bad. So now we are going to start with the help of Matplotlib figure. We can set so many things here. So I'm not going to discuss all those things because I just want to show you the color codes. So I'm giving you the color code so that you can use. Otherwise, you will be getting error for different other values. So just note it down. B for blue and G for green, because there is are only some colors are allowed in this Matplotlib. So note it down. R for red, and again C for cyan, and M for, you can use M for magenta, and Y for yellow, and you can also use K for black, and W for white. These are the colors which are allowed in Matplotlib. So you can use all these things, and I am also going to show you the markers. All right. So markers, note it down. If you are going to put a point, then it will convert into point marker. All right. If you are going to use O, then it will be showing you click marker. I will be showing all the examples. So don't worry, just first note it down. X for X marker, and capital D for diamond marker, and capital H for hexagon marker, These all are the markers you can use in your graph or in your plot without any issue. All right. A small s, there is also one more thing, two more things. A small s for a square marker. All right. And you can also use plus symbol for plus marker, as I have shown you the plus one. All right. So let's see all these things first. Then we will be moving for the different. I have already shown you the plus symbol. Now just make a sine graph and we will be getting familiar with the that one. All right. So for making sine graph, we use what? First of all, we will call matplotlib. So from matplotlib, import pyplot as plt. All right, and import numpy as np, and as well as import mat. I'm going to show you quite good thing. So let's take x is equal to np dot a range, and I am setting it from 0, and then I'm calling math library for pi function operation and taking it to 2 pi. All right, from 0 to 2 pi I'm going to plot a sine graph. All right, and there will be a step of 0.05. All right, so this one is my x value, means array for x value, and now I'm going to use np dot sine x, sine of x for pi. Now I'm going to create a figure with the help of figure function. As I have said you, plt dot figure, because figure function gives you the power to create a new figure. So this one plc dot figure, I have created a figure. Now I want axis as fiz. Now I'm adding axis as 0 0 and 1 1. All right, add axis. This one is a function which will give you the power to add axis. So I'm giving 0 0 1 1. All right, so I've provided the axis for this. Now I want the graph to be plotted for this axis. So ax dot plot, and then pass x comma y. So it will plot the graph for x and y. Now I want to set the title. So x set title. You can put here like I am putting sine waveform. All right. You can also set x label. Set x label, and then pass just angle, because x-axis will be representing angle from 0 to 2 pi. All right, from 0 to 2 pi. All right, now I am going to set by value ax dot set by label as sine value, means sine. All right, now I want this figure to be plotted, so just use show function, and this will plot the figure for you. It's stating that I have used a wrong thing. That one is here. So here is the graph. All right, now I'm going to show you how to use different markers. So if you are going to put here dot, then you are going to get it in a point marker. You can see that it has been plotted in the form of point. All right, now convert it, change it to O, then you are going to get in the click marker. So you can see that this one is a circular format. All right, you can also change by using X marker. So just you have to do is what, change it to X and you can see this one is in X marker. So in this way, try all the markers at your home and create different style for the graph. All right. So in this way, you can change the value for the markers. There are a few more markers I am going to discuss, means I am going to mention here. So just note it down and use as per your preference wherever you want to use them. All right. So note it down all the things and remember all these things. Now I'm going to show you for the line styles. If you are plotting a line graph, then what are the other styles available for you? All right. So the first one is dash. Uh, yes, dash. Then it will show you solid line. All right. And if you are using a big dash, all right, or underscore, you can get in a dashed line. Means if you are using like this, then you are going to get dashed line. All right. If you are using dash and dot, then you are going to get in dash dot line. If you are going to use colon, then you are going to get dotted line. If you are using H, then you will get hexagon marker. So this is all about for the line style. All right. Now I am going to show you how to plot a line chart or line graph. So let's call first import matplotlib dot pyplot, because pyplot is the package in matplotlib which is used for plotting the graph. So I have imported the library. Now I am going to set the y-axis, means I want to plot the number from. So I am just creating np dot a range. I want to create a number from first over to 20 over, means I am creating actually the 20 over data set. So if you are going to print y, you are going to get the answer like this. I have created from first over to 20 over. All right. Now I am putting the data for two teams, scored the run in each over. All right. So x1 is let's take India. Okay, let's take MI versus CSK. So MI is the data set where I am putting the 20 value of per over. So let's assume MI has taken 12, done in the first over, in second over 3 runs, fourth over 8 runs. In this manner, Mumbai has scored runs in the IPL. I am assuming a match. 20 value I have to take. So I'm taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values. Now 8 values, 9 values, 10 values, 11 values, 12 values, 13 values, 14 values, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19 value, and last one is 20th value. All right. In similar way, I am taking the value for CSK, and that one will be like 10 in the first over, 14 in the second over, 2 in the third over. In similar manner, I am plotting the graph. So let's assume all these runs are scored by CSK. 1 and then 6, 8, 9 and 10. Please count, it must be 20, otherwise you will be getting error. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and now I am taking 20th value. All right. So these are the values of runs scored by both the team. All right. Now I am going to set figure. So I am taking fig dot is equal to fig plt dot figure. This one is the command which one is going to create the figure for you. All right. Now I am going to set ax dot add axis. Sorry, why to add axis? Just no need to add axes. So I am going to create now the values for, I'm just plotting the line 1. L1 is equal to plt dot plot and then pass x comma mi comma by and put here plt dot show in the end so that you can get the graph. All right. So when you are going to plot this graph, you are going to get like this because it has been started from first over to 20 over, and this one has made the line chart, and it looks quite hazy. It's difficult to understand, but it's okay. We are going to get all the things quickly. I have used the wrong axis because I want to plot by in here and mi run here. So this one is the graph. Mi has a scored runs in 20 over. I want to plot each and every, if you want to plot each and every graph, means each and every over, then you have to use particular pattern for yourself. So find it out and plot the graph. I'm just showing you how to plot the graphs for different things, and styling I'll be, it's depend on you how to style all those things. So let's see. CSK is not defined. I have made a mistake. That one is K is in small letter, and this one is displaying as error. And what one is this? What is the error? It's displaying error as view limit 0.449 is less than 1 and is invalid matplotlib date value. Where is the date? There is nothing like date, so why it's calling for date? Non-date time value to an axis that has date time units. Where is date time units? There is nothing like date time units. Okay. So if I am going to change this to a dotted line, for that we have to use what? Just a dash. Then we are going to get like this. If we are plotting plt dot plot and just passing by comma csk. So let's see. This one is the value for csk. All right. Now I want the follow-up wickets between both the batsmen. So let's assume mi has lost mi has lost mi wickets, consider as x1. All right, fall of wicket. So mi has fallen wicket on 10th over. So I want to put like mi has first over, in second over, in third over, fourth over, fifth over, sixth over, seventh over, 8, 9, 10. In this manner, if you want to plot the fall of wickets, so you can also plot the fall of wickets by providing the data of x-axis as well as y-axis. And here x-axis you have the overs, so you can plot by taking x-axis value as overs and number of wickets fallen as like let's see, mi has lost you can also plot this thing with wicket falling. I am showing you how to plot both the graphs at a time. So this one is the graph for the run difference, means both the team how has scored the run. All right, now I am going to show you how to plot the runs as well as wicket. All right. So let's assume first what? Just create a array. I want to plot it on x-axis. So I'm taking x-axis as np dot a range and just creating first over to 21 over with a linear space of, I want a difference of 1. So I will get the x value as, if I'm going to print x, then I'm going to get the value like this. All right, I've got all the values. Now I want to plot like mi has a score runs in the first over. The score of mi was 12. In the second over, just copy the runs. Just use something like this. In first over, it has a score 10 runs. In second over, a score of mi was 21 runs, and then 25 runs. In the similar pattern, write in the increasing value. All right, 25. Then it has a score 10 runs. Then it has a score 35. Then mi has made a run of like 160, and then it has, sorry, 160 is quite big number, 45, 49, 63, and then 67, 76, and then like 81, and then 89. In this manner, count the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 over, and now it's become 100, and then 102, 108, 120, 126, and 129, and assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now 136, and then 145, and last over it has scored 170. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There is a 20 overs value. Now MIW, the fall of wicket on runs. So I am considering MI has lost wicket on 9 runs, and then it has lost wicket on 35. Then it lost has third wicket at 43, and then 125, and it has lost the wicket at 63, and it has also 125, and it 126. All right, so I want plot this as dot. So we will be plotting all this as dot in the graph. All right, now for plotting dot, what we use just plt dot plot and just pass o. All right, so that it get the dotted point. All right, so if you are going to get like this, in the same manner you have to provide the data for CSK and then CSK wicket. All right, and then you have to plot both the graphs, all the 4 graphs on a single plot. So it's your homework, do it by yourself, and please all of you submit your output in the Google Classroom in the figure format, or you may also share your answers in the WhatsApp chat room so that everyone can know who has completed and who has not. Now I'm going to show you some graph which is actually useful for you, and that one is, I'm going to show you the graph, this one. We are going to create this this one graph. All right, so for this we need what? X-axis as date and y-axis as the number of cases. All right, so I have created all the data and stored here. So I have first created imported date time so that we can use date. Import random is not necessary, so we can also remove this thing. py plot as plt and date as mdate, so that you can plot the date, and I have calculated the date from particular range, so I have imported the time data library. All right. Now making up some data. So for that I have used data start date as 22, because here you can see this, they have used the data from 22 April to 1st May. So we are going to plot this data. So here is our data. We have a started date from 22 April. So start date is what? 22 April. Then I have created a array of 10 days, means 10 different data starting from a start date, and I have added each date by day 1, means after 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. In this manner, we got the value as this thing. All right. Now I am going to show you how to plot the graph. All right. So this one is the data for by for active case. So I am setting it to active, and by one is the data of cured. So I am setting it to cured. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, this one is okay. Now I'm setting data for death, and death is what? Death is of 652, and then 686, 723. I have collected the data from the official website of India for the coronavirus. So write the same data. As per this data, we are going to plot a graph between the comparison for death case and number of persons cured, number of person having active coronavirus. All right, and how many persons has got dead due to this deadly coronavirus. So we are going to make a plot for this thing. All right. So this is the record for death and change in per day differential. I'm setting a differential for change in per day coronavirus case. So 737 was changes of new cases from the previous day. So in this way, we are going to plot the graph for the changes. So I am 989, then 961, 1047, 958, 1034, 212, 58, 845. So these are the graphs which we have to plot. So we want to plot all these graphs. So what we have to do? First of all, we need to plot dotted section. So for that, we will be using like this: plt.plot plot, and then just pass what? X-axis as date and active as the by value, and O for dotted section, and color is equal to red. All right. So just pass R, and when you are going to use this, you are going to get a graph like this. All right. You can see on each date it is defined. All right. Now we want to connect all these dot with line, so we have to use line. So plt dot plot and just use x comma active, and then just pass dash, so that it get connected with a solid line, and color of that line will be again red. So when you are going to run this cell, you are going to get like this. We have plotted the graph for the active cases. You can match this graph with this one. We have plotted all the graphs here. All right. It has started from 15859. So you can see that the graph has been started from 16,000. It will be changing as per your reference. When you will be plotting all the graphs, it will actually get changed. And this one is actually the beautifying of the X level. I have used the format for beauty for this graph, means 20 date format. So I'll be not discussing all these things. Just use the code I have used, because this one is quite from object oriented programming with Python. So don't worry about those things. You will be also learning in the upcoming days. All right. Means whenever you will be shifting for the object oriented, you will get to know all these things there. All right. Now I'm going to plot graphs for keyword. So for keyword, I'm going to use the same technique O, and the color will be only green. So color for green, and when you are going to run this cell, you may see this, like this one is shifted like this, and now you can match the graph like this. All right. Now we are going to connect these lines with the dot. So just you have to copy this thing and replace active to cured, and color will be green. So just change here G, and you will be getting a graph like this. All right. Now copy both the rows and just copy it 2 times. All right. So that you can have a difference. So put here a space so that you can understand the data for which you are using. All right. Now I'm going to plot the depth. So depth, and for depth I am defining color as blue, or just use black for depth. So for black, what we have to use K. So set it to K and put it here keyword at the place of keyword depth, and replace keyword with differential. Differential, just match the words, because if you are going to put an any mistake, then you will be getting error. All right. So for this I want to plot in yellow color, so I am giving it to yellow. All right. So this is the thing which I am going to plot here. Now you can see that our graph is similar to this graph. You can see this. All right. Now we need to set the x level, y level, and other things so that a person can understand the things from our graph. So for the first thing which I will ask you to add, that one is legends, means what you are showing to the graph, means things what is it is related to. All right. So I'm going to put labels as like this. I'm setting labels for the figure. So just we need to use the dot legends. So I am going to put legends like this: plt dot legends, plt dot legends, legends, and then you have to use labels, labels, labels is equal to, and then just pass the value for, like, for y-axis. This one is what, sorry, for green color is active. So active case, pass label like this, active case, and then you have used the color, another one different color. So just put in a comma and write cured, and you have used another one different color. So just pass uh, depth, and then pass differential, differential, and after that labels, put the all the values. All right. So for values, before values you have to just use where to place, because values will be taken automatically. So just you have to pass the location where you want to place it. So I want it at right corner, so I'm just passing it to right. All right. So put all these things first in a curly brace, sorry, parenthesis, so that you can understand it in future easily. So I'm putting up here and taking it as the another thing, that one is location. So LOC, and I'm passing it as location, and then pass it like I want it at lower right, so I'm passing value as lower right, so it will place it to lower right section. All right, so when I'm going to run this cell, this one is saying has no attribute for legends. Actually, you have to first create a figure for this so that you can set axis, then you will be able to add this thing. So for now, remove this label and just set the x label and y label. So for this, you have to use plt dot x label and just place x label as date, and when you are going to run this cell, you are going to get like here date, and plt dot by label, and for by label just set number of people, and you are going to get like this, and set the title, so plt dot title, and put it here corona updates in India till, at the date 1st May 2020 up to 8 a.m. So just use this thing and you are going to get like this. So this one is the graph we have plotted, and you can set the legends value, but for setting legend you have to first create a axis, so then you will be able to use the legend. So I'm not going to the much deeper section, so just this one is working for the access class. All right, so you must have to take three locations. That one is handles, and the another thing that would legend takes is labels, and one more thing that it requires is location, where you want to locate this thing. So for that you have to use location code. You can also use 0 to 10, and I'll be sharing that legend section so you can practice at your home. All right, you can add access by using access add access section, and you have to provide the four values: left, bottom, width, height. So let's see, I'm going to show you how to plot these things. So let's see here in this same graph, then we will be moving for the further thing. So just add axis like figure. First you have to create figure, so use plt dot figure. We have created the figure. All right, after that we have to set the axis. So for axis we have to use ax. I'm creating ax and adding fig dot add, and then axis. For axis it required four values. I have said you the four values. That one is what? The four values related to where you want to place, and that those values are left, bottom, width, and height. So I want I'm setting left to 0 and bottom also to 0, and 1 width, and height is also 1. All right, now after setting this thing, I want to set the legend, so I will set the legend later. Before that we have to plot the graph. All right, so for plotting graph you just have to use here like L1, sorry, P1. We have created first point, so P1 is equal to ax dot plot this thing. So when you are going to run this cell, you are going to get the same result. There will be not any issues. So just add like this: L1 is equal to a, at the place of plt just use ax, so that all these things will get into the ax. Replace all the plt with ax and set it like p2 is equal to this, and p1 is equal to this, sorry, p1 not L2. In the same manner here also you have to use ax, and here also ax, and put it here. P3 is equal to this, and L3 is equal to this. All right, I am showing you these things. I have decided to left all these things, but I am showing you so that you can make your graph looks quite at- attractive. That's why I am showing you. And this lecture's video is going to be quite long, so please see all those things so that you can understand all these things easily. So you can visualize all these things. You can see that this one has been skilled greater. All right, now you can also set it to values. Look here, if you are going to set this value to, then you will see the difference in the graph. Look here, the width is quite less and height is quite more. So for that, if you want the graph to be look more bigger, so just use 4:4 so that you can visualize your graph easily and you will be able to see all the things clearly. All right, this one is 4:4 and it has become all the text to smaller, so use 2:2. If you are using on a big screen, then means you are going to project these graphs on projector, so always consider to put it like something like that. So here is the 2:2, and I hope the height is not so much important in this graph, particularly in this graph. So I'm setting height to 1, so it will make you the graph like this. Look here, you can easily visualize all the things on 22, 23, 24, 25 like this. All right, now we are going to set the legend. We can set the legends easily now. So for that we have to use what command for legend, and that one is ax dot legend, which will be adding the legend, and then I'm passing the values for labels like labels. Labels is equal to, I'm passing labels like active, and then I'm passing label as death. I'm just passing two labels first, then we will be going for the other thing, that one is location, and location will be what I want it in lower right, means at the bottom of the picture, so it will be showing you the value like this. So you can see that all the active numbers here, it has plotted for the first two things, so you have to put like active, active. All right, active on particular date, particular date. All right, and this one has active line. All right, so this will show you the legend like this: active on particular date, number of cases active on particular date, and this one is the active line. So in this way you can set active cases on particular date, so that cases on particular date. And now set the location to the lower up, so that you can, sorry, right, and set it to up, because in the lower section you can see in lower middle, it's better to place it in middle, because center right, so that you can visualize the things easily, because in the lower section you can see all the data are complicated here, and here you can see the things easily. So put it here in the same manner. You have to repeat the things, all these things. So just copy and paste, and control plus C, then put a comma, paste, then again put a comma, then again paste, because there are four different things. So active, after active, change it to death. All right, death cases on particular date, and then here death line, and then after death we have plotted what we have sorry, we have first placed the cured, so write in the same pattern, otherwise you will be displaying the wrong data. So this one is cured, and then after we have displayed the death, and in the last we have decided to show the difference here. So put it here, death. Now you can see that all the things has been added here. So this one is the death case. All right. So if you are going to remove the particular point, then you are going to miss this thing. So I'm just making it, commenting it out. All right. So when I'm going to run this cell, I'm going to get like this, only a line. All right. So you can also plot it by line. I have just added the dotted also because you can visualize the things easily. All right. So you can visualize in this graph more better than the other graphs. So just put two more things. That one is for differential. So just use the label from here and copy paste and just change the depth to differential. All right. So just write here difference in cases compared to previous day. All right. And put here another one. That one is difference line. This one will actually add the things, and now you will be going to get all these things here, and now your graph is more better than the previous ones because it consists all the things which you have represented in the graph. This one will be considered as the best because you have represented all the things in the graph. All right. So I'm just changing the size of the graph so that anyone can visualize it better. So I'm changing it to 2 and then setting it to 1.5. All right. So you can see that now graph is looking quite good, but not up to that mark. So I'm changing to 1.5 to 6 so that it looks better and all the things in the graph looks quite good. Now it's better. You can save this graph by using save function as I have told you in the previous things. Okay, so you can save this thing and please make a screenshot of this and put it on your Instagram, Facebook, wherever, LinkedIn, wherever you want to add. And most important, please put this thing, the whole code, to your GitHub account. And please, this one is a code, copyright code. So please don't try to don't forget to mention in the hashtag for the our startup name, means you have to put it code by HSR High Tech Solution. You are not allowed to remove this tag because this one is a copyright product. So you have to mention all these things whenever you are going to put it on your GitHub account. All right. Data collected from, you have to place the link. So just use Ctrl+C and then just put it here. You have to mention all these things. All right. Then you are allowed to put it on your GitHub. And please put it on your GitHub and LinkedIn so that you get the more attention towards yourself from the professionals. All right. So this is all about the line chart. I hope you have understood the line chart. And the one more thing that one we can use is subplot, means we can create two or more graph in a single line. So how to create subplots? So I'm going to show you. All right. Subplots actually divides the whole graph sheet into different section in how much you are going to meet, means number of rows and number of columns. Subplot requires two attributes, that one is number of rows and number of columns. So I'm going to show you the quick example. So just take fig comma a, and now I am taking it as plot subplots, and I am creating 2 comma 2, means whenever you have to place 4 graphs at a time, then use subplot section, means you can also use these 4s into 4 different graphs. All right. So I'm creating the same thing in 4 different columns. So just use what? import numpy as numpy. We have already imported. So what you have to do, A00 means in first subplot what you are going to plot, then like I am going to plot, I want to plot like this, dot plot x comma x multiplied with x, and I am taking x as x is equal to np dot a range, and I am taking values from 1 to 5. All right, so I'm plotting this thing. I'm just showing you the example. You have to plot all these graphs in your own notebook and please put it in WhatsApp by writing your name in the graph by using text function. All right, you can write your name here also, so you can write by using text function. So this is up to you, and please don't forget to share this in the WhatsApp chat room so that other person get to see that you can create the graphs by making changes to yourself. So I'm putting it like a square graph. This one is, so I'm putting it a square, and then I'm plotting another graph. That one is A0 and A1, and now I want to plot it like x comma np dot exponential graph. So I am using np dot exp function, which actually creates the exponent. All right, so I am putting the title as A0 A1 dot set title, and I am setting title to exponent. All right, now I am going to plot A1 comma 0 as a square root, means a square root graph. So I am plotting like x comma np dot sqrt, which will be making the square root of x square root. I am placing the title like I'm setting title to a square root. All right, so dot plot and set title to square root. All right, now the last thing which we have to do is what, use parenthesis here, not the square bracket, otherwise you will be getting error. Square root. Now the last column means I want to create here, that one is x, say plot, and then I'm going to plot log function. So np dot log graph I'm going to create. So log of 10, and just passing x, and this one will be the logarithmic graph. So I'm putting title as log. All right, dot set title, and that one is what, logarithmic. Now I am going to plot show all these things. So just use plt dot show, it will show all the graphs plotted here. I have used the wrong thing, that one is no, I have written at the place of np. So when you are going to do this, you are going to get like this. All right, you can set the plot as even as we have set it in the figure, and you can set the axis also. By using that, you can increase the size of this graph. All right, so task 4 is what, you have a task that you have to create a graph of all the 4 things which I have mentioned above, and you can set the change by using the, you can set the subplots, and then you can use the color span for the column spanning. All right, so color span will actually, if you want to merge these two things, so you have to use color span is equal to 3, then it will be color span is equal to 2, then it will be merging the 2 columns. If you will use row span, then it will merge 2 rows. All right, so in this manner you can use the graphs. All right, this one is actually 2 rows, so you can merge these two by using row span. If you want to merge these two, then you can use coalesce path attribute in the subsquare grid by using subplot grid as the command. All right. So I'm not going to show all those things in details. I'm just focusing on how to create the graphs so that you can use all those things. You can use also the grid function for adding grid to the axis. So if you will add yes means true value, then it will add the grid to the, let's see, I'm setting here a1 comma 0 as grid value true, then it will be displaying the grid in that section. So for true you have to use true, and now if you are going to run this cell, you can see the grid is here displaying. If you will set it to false, and default it is false, if you will set it to false, this will be as normal as others. All right. So in this manner, you can display or do the things with the. Now I am going for the formatting axis. You can format the axis as per your desire. Means you can set the axis according to you. So you can set the scales also. For a scale, you have to use the different thing. You can use a scale like log. You can set label pad, means that one it will be set it to how much value you want to set for the labels. All right. In this manner, you can set all these things. Now I am moving for the next graph. That one is bar plot. So for bar plot, what we have to use? We use the command for dot bar so that we can plot the bar. So I am showing you a graph for different language, how many students are getting interested in different language. So I have imported all the libraries, so I'm just going for the graph. So I'm just creating first a figure, plg.figure, and then it will create actually a figure for me, and then I am setting axis is equal to fig dot add axis, and now I am again setting it to 0 0 1 1. First I am setting it to 1 1, and then I am using language preferred by students. So I'm taking a list of language, or actually a array of language preferred by the computer science student or a student interested in computer science. All right. C++, Java, these are the major languages used in today. So Python, and then this one is not actually taken the graph from anywhere. I'm just creating by own self. So don't consider it as a data from anywhere. I'm just showing you how to plot the graph. All right. So students. All right. And now I am going to show you a class have total 180 students and their interest about the programming language. So I'm setting it like 25 students like C, 35 students, sorry, 17 students like C++, and 33 students like Java, and PHP is liked by total 24 students, and now sorry at 10 students. PHP is not liked by so many students, so I'm setting it to 10 only, and remaining all like Python. So what will be the value? 25 7 17 3 20 50 50 10 60 60 85. So 85, let's see, 100 sorry 95 students like Python. I'm making the value Python greater because I like Python. It's your choice, you can set it for any value. There is not any restriction or something like that, so you can plot the graph for yourself. All right. So actually I have just created a blank graph because I have not passed the things which is going to be plotted. That one is ax dot bar, and then just use the value. So just pass language for the x-axis and students for the y-axis. Then you are going to get like this. You can also set color through this value. So just use comma COLOR and pass R, then you are going to it in red. So in this manner you can set it to different things. Now I am going to show you how to use comparison of two things or three things at a time. So yesterday I was trying to show you, but due to long video I have not shown you difference. I have just showed you the stacked format for comparison. Now I am going to show you the side-wise format for comparison. All right. So just take a data. If you want to compare two or three data, then you have to use 2D or 3D array. If you want to plot it at a particular x-axis, if you want the marks of a particular student, so you want to show him the maximum marks as well as the average marks of class and his marks. All right, scored in an exam for different subjects. For that you have to use these things. So I'm going to show you. In the first box you have to put all the values of marks scored by him. So let's see, total marks scored by him is like he has scored 64 marks in mathematics, and average marks of average class marks for mathematics is 80, let's assume 75, and maximum marks are scored by student is 98. And I'm just taking other values for science, a class 12 student. I'm just plotting for three things: math, science and English. All right, I'm not going for that so many things, so I'm just plotting you like I'm showing you the result of JEE Mains, physics, chemistry, mathematics, that's all. All right, among total 120 marks. All right, total marks is 360, so I'm setting it to 120. So highest marks is 120, and I'm setting 95 as the average marks. He has scored 64. All right, and in chemistry he has scored 95. Average marks of the chemistry is 96, and total marks are scored by the student, highest marks are scored is 120, or let's say 116. All right, now the third thing which I want to display is for mathematics. He has scored 85 marks, and average marks for mathematics is 75, and total marks, highest marks are scored by students for mathematics is 98. So I have created a 2D array. All right, for the, displaying the things. Now I'm setting the x-axis as mathematics, so I am setting it to x-axis as 4 values. So x-axis what? Mathematics, or you can set it to, this one is actually x level, so I'm just setting it to 1 2 3 4. All right, you can add all the things, means you can change all the things with the help of yourself, means you can format using the taking the reference from the previous one that I showed you for the coronavirus. So just take we have used what, 3 data, so just use np dot arrange and just create 0 to, sorry, just pass 3, so that it will take a value for 3, and then just pass fig is equal to plt dot figure. It will actually create a figure for you, and then just pass ax and then add axis. So ax is equal to fig dot add axis, and then you can add axis by like 0 0, sorry, I'm used, and 1 1. All right, so we have added the axis. Now I am going to add ax dot bar, and then pass x plus 0.00, and then I want to add date, so I want it here at the place of date 0. I data 0. We want the constructing the graph, so I am just putting a data of 0, and then I want the color of marks scored by him as blue, so I'm putting it to B, and then I'm setting the width for it, and width for the bar graph will be what? Just take 0.33, sorry, 25, so that you get the visualization easily. All right. So I've set it all these things. Just copy this thing and paste it 3 times so that you can plot the different graphs for other values also. So 0.25 and then here 0.50 and put it here like 1 and here 2. It will actually print the 3 bar graphs just consecutive at a difference of 0.25. Alright, I have just added x plus 0.25 means it will just create a graph at without at a distance of 0.25 and we have set the difference at 0.25, so it will be just be continuous to each other. Alright, so I'm setting the highest marks are scored means average marks as green and maximum marks as red. So when you are going to run this cell, I have just missed the thing that one is data is not defined. Data is already defined, but it is saying name data is not defined. Why? I have already put it the data here. So let's see first. After plotting this thing, we have to set what? Nothing. It's showing not defined. So you have to use data is equal to, because I have just passed at like link, so it has displayed the error. So this one is the graph. All right. So in this manner, you can set the comparison graphs and you can set the x-axis label, y-axis label, title, all these things I am lefting on you. You can create all these things. And if you will miss all these things, means you will place, you will not do this thing, x plus 0.25 or 0.50, you will be getting a stack library. All right. I've also shown you how to plot a histogram. So I'm not going to work on that. Just I am going to discuss the attributes of a histogram. That one is attributes for histogram is range, which you can define, and there are only two parameters required for the histogram. That one is x. X1 is actually array or sequence of arrays, and then bins. I've said that I will discuss tomorrow, so I'm discussing here. X is actually the array required for the plotting histogram, and bins is actually nothing but integer or sequence or auto. This thing you can set for the bins. This one is optional parameters, and there are other optional parameters also: range, density, cumulative, his type. These are the advanced things which is nothing required here now. So I'm leaving all these things. You can take the help from the Google and understand all these things, because this one is quite difficult, means not difficult, but I just want to create a less time video. So if you have any doubt, if you want to learn more things, just ask your doubts in the Google Classroom or anywhere the source you have available, so that you can understand all these things. And now I'm going to discuss about the pie chart. All right. So these are the mainly chart or graph which we use daily. We have asked that we are going to discuss today what? Bar, histogram, plot, and a scatter. So a scatter plot I'm leaving now. I will not discuss on a scatter plot. I will just show you the graph. All right. I've missed here pie chart. So now I'm going to discuss pie chart first, because pie chart is so much important. Most of the time you will need this. So I'm going to discuss on pie chart. Actually, it actually create a circular region, circular visualization, and here you can set all the values so that you can get, it actually divides the thing into 360-degree. All right. So let's see how to create a pie chart. I'm going to create the pie chart for total number of cases now in coronavirus. All right. So I will be showing you the example with the help of this. The parameters for pie chart is x. All right. First discuss the parameters. X, that one you can understand that this one is an array. Then labels. Labels is actually nothing but a sequence of a string provide the labels for each page, means you have to provide the, like, on each particular color or each particular partition, which what are the things you have displayed. So that one is labels. And colors, you know this thing. Auto packed is a string used to label the pages with the numeric value. You can also represent them by numeric value, like by percentage. All right. how many percent that you can also auto PCT will set it to those things. All right, numeric value. Now I am going to show you the example. So let's come to the example. So for that we have to just create a figure. So first I am creating figure by using plt.figure, and then I'm just going to make the data set, and I'm first adding axis ax is equal to ax dot fig dot add axis, because I want to add axis to the figure. So fig dot add axis, and then just pass 0 0 1 1. All right, and now set ax dot axis is equal to axis to equal, so that it divides the graph into the equal format according to the data. All right, now I'm going to set the values for the things. So I'm setting the values as the array of number of active case, that one is 25,007 according to the government data until today 8 a.m. So active case, then discharge or cured, that one is 4 digit 8. You can see here I have taken the data from here, so you can see this thing, and then other data is 1147, and the one data is 1. All right, so this one is the value. Now I am going to set the parameters for like condition. All right, a condition array consists like, first of thing, active, so I'm setting it to active, and then the other thing, that one is cured or discharged, so cured or discharged, and then the third one is death, and fourth one is migrated. So I have created all these things. So I want to plot this thing. So what we have to use, ax dot pi. Pi is the function for creating a pie chart. So I'm passing the values first. So values, you have to pass the value first which you want, and then labels is equal to, you have to pass an array. So I'm passing as conditions. Condition array I am passing as the label, and now I am setting auto PCT. This one is actually used for the visit with the numeric values which you want to place there. Like I want it as percentage, so I am setting it to percentage 1.2 f. Actually I am setting the value for the floating point number, and I want it in percentage format, so I have just passed written this thing. All right, so if you are going to run this cell, you are going to get the value. I have used auto PCT and I have missed one thing, that one is equal to symbol. That's why I have got the error. So when you are going to run this cell, it will display you the thing like this. All right, you can see that migrated percentage is what, 0.00, means it's a minor percent, and death percent is 3.27, cured or discharge is 25.36, and active case is 71.36. All right, so you can get, this one has also displayed you the text. All right, you can get the value here. If you will not add figure dot show, then you are going to get this thing. If you will add like this plt dot show, then you might miss this thing. So if you want to see the calculations, so you have to use, just run that cell, you will get the things there. So here this one is the percentage of people for the coronavirus. So you can also add the title, so you can use like ax dot set title and corona update in India. So you are going to get like this. All right. So in this way you can create the graph. All right. You can also set the different colors also by using color command. Now I am going to show you the scatter plot. A scatter plot is nothing but actually it makes a graph of different dots at a different. A scatter is actually the a collection of particles scattered in different positions, mean at a large distance or in just a form of hazy format. All right. So I'm going to show you how to use a scatter plot. So for this, you have to just need two things. That one is the scatter for data, and just use the scatter. You can plot for a particular single array also. So I'm going to show you a scatter plots. All right. So a scatter plots, for that I'm just creating girls grade first, girls grade of a particular school. All right. So girls grade data as like 89, 90, 70, 89, 100. This one is actually shown for a reason that how the marks or something like how the data is scattered in a particular region or a particular area. So I'm using this thing. Now I'm taking boys grade as 30, 29, 49, 48, 100, 48, then 30, 45, 20, and 30. Now I'm taking grade range. All right, grade range as another array. So take it to 10, 20, 30, 40, and up to 100. This will actually help us to create a graph in a particular range. All right, 90. Okay. So for this, first of all, we are going to create a figure. So first fig dot plot plt dot figure. It will create you the figure and then set the axis. So for that, I am going to use ax is equal to ax dot fig dot add axis. I am using the wrong keyword here. Fig dot add axis, and I am setting axis value as the previous one, like left 0, bottom 0, and then 1, and this one. Now we have set the value. Now I am going to plot the scatter plot. So for that, we have to use a scatter, and I want to plot it in grids range with comparison to grids range. So grids range, comma, you have to provide a particular range for plotting a scatter plot. So I have given the grids range, and then I am giving you the passing the value for girls grade. It will actually create a scattered region in a particular range. I have passed the grade range, means it will consider from 0 to 10, then it will plot it between 10 to 20 in this manner. All right. So ax dot scatter and then pass grades range and then use the boys grade. All right. So when you are going to plot these graphs, you are going to get the values. Now I am going to set the label. So set x level, and x level as grade range. It will display you the grade range, and ax dot set by level as what? Grade as code. I'm not adding any other details. You can set the desired details as per your desire to the graph. I'm just setting the x-axis, y-axis, and this thing. You can set also the legends. So for that, I'm leaving up to you. I'm just adding a scatter plot as title. Now I am going to run I want to plot this graph, so I will use plt dot show, and this will is showing the error because grades range is not defined. I have used somewhere grades range, and that one is a wrong thing. So you can see the plot here. So this one is a scatter plot. All right. So in this manner, you can plot a scatter plot. Okay. And these are the mainly plots which will be needed for the thing. And I want to show you a different graph, which one looks quite great. So I'm plotting a graph for and mesh grid. I'm just showing you for a reference, like showing you the power of this library. All right. So I'm going to show you a 3D graph. All right. And this one is called as contour plot. 3D contour plot means just see the beauty of this graph. All right. So you have to use from mpl underscore toolkits import 3D. All right. Invalid syntax. Sorry, I have imported wrong thing. Mplot 3D, so that you can plot 3D graph. Again, this one is not a toolkit. So I have imported the 3D toolkits. Now I'm going to show you how to create this graph. So I'm creating just a function first, x comma y. This one is actually used for plotting a graph for budgets. All right. When you are preparing a budget for your company, then these graphs are used. So I'm just creating a function np.sine, and this one is nothing but sine function. All right. So I'm just showing you the sine function. This one graph is also used for the weather forecasting and in NASA laboratory for different purposes also. So just see the beauty of this graph only, and imagine how this much the matplotlib is efficient or useful. All right. So x is equal to np dot np linspace and just -6 to 6, and I want 30 plot, and for y I want np dot linspace. I have used here wrong keyword, so linspace, and I want it again from -6 to 6, and I want 30 different numbers between these two. Now I want x comma y, capital X comma capital Y, you can set anything. Np dot mesh grid. Mesh grid is the function for creating this thing. All right. So when you are going to use this thing, you have to first set the z axis. So for z axis, I am setting this thing. All right. Now I am going to create a figure. So for this plt dot figure, and then z is equal to f, and then put here x comma y. All right. Now fig is equal to plt dot figure. All right. Plt dot figure, and then ax is equal to plt dot axis, and projection is equal to 3D. It will make your projection to 3D. All right. It might be quite not understandable to you at this time because you have not knowledge more in this library. So when you will be exploring yourself in this library, then you will be amazed with the wonderful beauty of different functions and different features of this library. All right. So I will request you to please explore these things. Whatever you are learning, Just go for it and make yourself comfortable in everything. I'm setting it to binary for a purpose so that it creates a particular 3D in a strong format. So for this, I have used this thing, x dot set x label. I'm just introducing you to the data science. What is the data science? What is you can do with this? All right. So when we will be practicing on data set of Corona or IPL, then you will learn a lot of new things and applications of these functions or these graphs to represent the data. If you have watched any cricket match during IPL or any other World Cup or something like that, you might have seen the some statistic and shown on your screen from the channel, and those things you can create your own self. After this training, you will be able to complete all those things. So you will be amazed with all these things. Now I am going to show you the beauty of this. This one is all about. All right, we have set it the x level as x, y level as y, and z as z. All right, and ax dot set title I have set it the 3D contour, and now when you are going to run this, you are going to get the result, but it's saying z levels. I have put it a mistake, x dot set z level, but I have used just this thing. So this one is showing the error. Now again it's saying z level is not defined. I'm passing the z value, but it's saying 3D subplot object has no attribute z level. This one is the attribute available, but you can see the graphs here. All right. Why this one is displaying error, I don't know. Ax dot set z level. I have mistaken the typing mistake. That one is LABLE. That's why it was displaying error. All right. So this one is the graph, and I hope you have liked this graph because this graph is so beautiful. And first time when I have learned this, I have shared to all my friends. So please do this thing. Make them jealous that you are utilizing the time and they are got stuck in some other place. All right. So make this thing. I hope you have liked all these things. I have not shown you the histogram because I have discussed previous day. All right. So go for the previous lecture and you will be seeing the histogram there. And now I have discussed all the things which I have asked you that I will be discussing today. So this is all about the graphs which are commonly used in data analysis. So you can use all these graphs in the data analysis. I will be also showing you the heat map and other things during the practice time. So this is all about the matplotlib, and that's enough for this. And I will request you to practice all those things at your home. And if you got stuck anywhere, whatever your doubt is, if it sounds silly, no problem. You just can make a personal call also. You have the numbers, or you can personally text me on WhatsApp. Whatever the favorable situation for you, just go for it and just learn all these graphs. And please make sure I have shown you the two more important thing. That one is this one, Corona update in India, and this one. This one is on the live data set. You can take the help of other data set from the ClickWise and other platforms for plotting your graphs. All right. So that's all. So thank you. See you all in the next lecture.